Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's Q&A. We'll wait a little bit longer for more people to show up, assuming that there will be more people. But today we're going to be going over Lot Manager and anything else that you may have questions about. And how to ask a question would be clicking the React button and then clicking the Raise Hand. Once you raise your hand, we'll go over any questions that you have, any issues. But yeah, we'll wait here for a little bit.
Today's topic is going to be the lot manager. So if anyone has any questions, we can always do open questions too. So any questions you have, but if you do have any on the lot manager, you can go ahead and ask because I'm going to hop in there soon. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and raise your hand, but we'll just wait for as many people to come as possible for me to start.
All right. So we got a first question with Zach.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Two things. Last week I asked you guys for a suggestion and gave you some feedback in regards to like the orders that are in progress.
Yep.
And you told me to start using the payment key to quickly evaluate. And I just wanted to like that was a great suggestion. I appreciate it. I still think the like a progress bar or something like that would be super helpful, but like as a stopgap, like I started training all my people like to look at that very first. And even for like I'm just trying to convince or tell my people like we don't scroll at all anymore. Like no need to scroll down. You just hit the payment button and use that to evaluate the status of every order. So and it's drillable too, which is awesome. So I didn't know that. Anyway, thank you for that.
Yeah, not a problem. And I did submit that. I've submitted a couple templates as to, how we would go about doing it if and when we are to look at doing it. And I got positive feedback on it. So not sure when it's going to get done or how long it'll take, but in the future, it's coming.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you passing that along.
Yeah.
My question today is in regards to price changes KP a price change KPI. I'm a CPA like by background, and so I love looking at like the financial data of everything. And I have so many different KPIs that I use to evaluate like price changes. We've got base price changes, we've got alteration price changes, we've got upcharge price changes, promos being applied, credits. And I guess I've got like two questions. Like, is it possible to build something that is kind of like all encompassing that I can go to like one place and be like, here are all of the suspicious things that occurred, like versus like having to go to like 5 or 6 or 7 different reports. And I guess also I'm just worried that I'm missing something. Like by like maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. Like, and so I was just curious like what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, this is a great question. And I feel like a lot of people don't don't know this actually. So there is a default report already made for this specific reason. And I can show you where it is, as long as I can get my screen pulled up. And then everybody can follow along. So obviously starting at Smart Home, you're going to go to Reports. And then you're going to come over to Financials, as long as you can see this tab. And then you're going to come down to the Sales. And from here, scroll all the way to the bottom. Well, after you set your time frame that you want, or even agents or payment types, any of your filters, go ahead and set that first and scroll all the way to the bottom. Your incoming summary report. So this is the changes that have been made from beginning to end of the item or of the order cycle. That makes sense. So this has all your financial departments. This out of the way. Sorry. And then any adjustments that are made, whether it's been voided, actual adjustments, discounts, subtotals, surcharges, anything that's been done, you can click in here and find out, oh, there's voided. What was voided? Oh, okay. This person voided this under this person's account, and it gives you all that information. And then for alterations, here, anything that was changed or, you know, different from the price. Obviously, I'm not familiar with their prices, so I couldn't tell you what's been changed specifically, but something or other has been changed in one of these.
So like a removal of a base charge, a removal of an upcharge would show up under, I guess, adjustment.
Yeah, yep, it should. I kind of want to say that may fall under surcharge or actually upcharge. I'm thinking about it. It should fall under upcharge if it's changed, but that's something that I would kind of need to look into and probably talk to Mike about. I'm sure he's dove into this extensively.
All right, this is already a big improvement. I wasn't aware of this report, so this is I will try and, so I guess in theory this should reconcile to all of the reports that I currently use. And so if it does, then this is awesome. And so I will do that analysis.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to put the stamp of approval of yes, this will reconcile all your reports, because most of the time if we make a report, I don't know if you made those reports specifically, but we'll remove the void status. So anything that was removed from an item or an order, it wouldn't be in your report. Shouldn't be.
Like in my specific KPI report, you mean?
Yeah, maybe if we made it. Generally, we try to make sure we don't include anything that was deleted or removed from orders.
Okay, I
So that
understand.
may throw off this specific incoming summary report, but yeah.
And your understanding is that if someone removes an upcharge, that the net effect is still baked into the upcharge column.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
But if you do see something different, feel free, send us a message. And
No, I see negative numbers in there, so no, I think you're right on my side. I'm checking it.
okay.
Awesome. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And just a reminder, if someone doesn't see this at the bottom of their sales, this was actually a legacy like setting, and it used to be an on off. For all of our new clients, it's automatically on. But if you've been with us for a really long time, there's a chance that it is off. So just put in a support ticket. Let us know you need that incoming summary report, and we'll go ahead and flip it on for you.
All right. I believe the next person was Charlene. Hope I pronounced it right.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question might go back to that the pay button, which I am not sure, because I've never used that, so that was news to me. So the question I'm asking is, like, as the garments come down the line and gets scanned onto our metal Pedretti to put the order together, it goes off the lot manager. So basically, because we shuttle clothing over to our other store. So if it goes off that lot manager, it looks like it's done, but yet it's still yet to be bagged. So there's a break in that. We can go, yeah. So would that pay button be a button that would show us that it's on the to be assembled? No.
Hey, Charlene, it's Gina. I'm not too sure what your direct question is, but as far as the lot manager goes, there is two different columns. So there is items that need to be assembled still, and then there's, as soon as they're assembled and they're off the metal progetti, like you said, they still need to be bagged, but they're still in that assembled status. So then in the lot manager, the items now populate in a different column called orders to rack. And I will share my screen since we're getting into
Yes,
that
thank you.
now. Mm-hmm. One moment.
And yeah. Okay.
So for anyone that doesn't know, to get to the lot manager, you just go right to your reports, and I hope everybody knows this. And right in your lot manager here. So if anybody knows me, they know that I tell them all the time that the lot manager is your Bible in smart. If you have a clean lot manager, you will be pretty much smooth sailing in the system with very little headaches. Now, this pieces to do column is kind of what Charlene was talking about, where when it's on the metal still and it needs to come off, it'll be on the pieces to do column. But as soon as that order is done and it gets sent to the bagger, it's no longer in the pieces to do column, and it should be in the orders to rack column, because that means these items are in an assembled status. Does that make sense, Charlene?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Maybe I just wasn't looking over that other column. Thank you.
Right. It'll kind of switch. All right, I'm going to stop sharing for now, but we'll grab Marlene's question, then we'll dive right back into this lot manager.
And Charlene, you mentioned something else. Sorry, just got muted. You mentioned about the pay button specifically. Now, what Zach was referencing towards that in that conversation was they were running into problems where with customers, like statement customers that have a laundry list of things for close tracker. They were finding themselves scrolling to find if there were in process orders. And again, this is on close tracker per like each customer. So what we had them do is to just hit the pay button on the customer's screen, and so that way it'll pull open what is prepaid or what would be prepaid if they were to pay, which would signify, hey, this is in processing. It's not done yet, as in it's not hit AR. So that's what we were referencing. I hope that kind of answers your question if you were asking about that pay button directly as well. And then if not, you can raise your hand and then we can go back over that again. All right, let's go over to Marlene.
Hi, guys. Sorry about that.
All good.
Sorry. So my question is about media tags. So let's say we're detailing a garment. There are special instructions. Right now, we use all of those blank eye opener flags. Is there a printer where I can have a tag print out whatever special attention, hand clean, we have a release, don't put a crease or put a crease, where that can work in sync with the detailing. So it's a special instruction.
Yep.
Thermal tag. Yes.
Well, so I'm going to interpret how you're asking this. So bear with me. But what I'm hearing is that you want to be able to identify a specific printer. So say you have two printers at your station. You want to signify this specific printer to only print specific notes, right?
Correct.
Or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Correct. Just
okay.
for notes or special, what we call special instructions.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is not possible. Okay, Gina's got.
Hey, Marlene.
Hi.
So are you trying to basically like get rid of Cleaner Supply special attention flyers and just print out your own?
Yes, you can't see my head shaking, but yes, that would be the correct answer for that. I mean, everything is already, we're so automated. Like, why
Yeah.
shouldn't we hit special attention and boom, prints out, one bullet, all this other razzmatazz. Yes, I love Jeff, but it's also just more of a streamlined system. And everybody has to handwrite. Everybody's handwriting is all over the place.
Oh, okay. So, I was going to say too, because Cleaner Supply actually makes like custom wet strength flyers.
I use them. Yeah, I don't want to use them. No crease. I have 20 boxes underneath the counter. Why shouldn't it come out of our point of sale
It
just as
sounds
a tag.
like, it honestly sounds like, do you guys have production stations, like pressing stations and spotting stations? Because why aren't those enough? Are your pressers not looking like when they scan a pair of pants and it says no crease?
We are not scanning. We tried scanning at the station. We haven't gone, we had it, the equipment overheated, things were just,
Oh,
you know, so we never went back to that.
okay.
And we use the temporary barcodes, we use the heat seal barcodes, but while
Yeah.
we're already detailing and at the station, if something just printed out from your special
Yeah.
instruction group,
Well, short
and
answer is no.
no.
There is no way to just like tell it to print on a random. But here's the thing too. I mean, there's probably a lot of different types of printers out there that they don't really even need to like hook up with Smart to do that. You know what I mean? You could probably either program or type into something, no crease, and then have it pop out as many flyers as you want. I mean, there could be some other options where you don't necessarily need Smart to be directly linked to it. Probably convenient, like you said, because I'm sure it's already a note on their account and stuff like that. So you just kind of want it to print automatically. I like where you're going with it 100%. So I'll keep it in mind for like feature requests.
Mhm.
But I think and this is the argument that I'm going to get in return, is because you're not using the automated way of like a pressing station, you have to supplement that with a manual procedure.
It's
And
called
that's what we've always done in
backdoor.
dry cleaning,
Yeah,
right?
when
Before we
something's
switched to heat seals, we had
right,
paper
right.
tags, so we had to use a manual way of doing things. And that's that fill in right there. So I didn't
Right.
get entirely mad when our cleaners was still using like rush flyers because they're nice, bright
Mm-hmm.
and red and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. It does make you think I want a better system for this, but short answer, no, I like where you're going with it. But yeah, that's going to be the answer, is get a pressing station.
Right. Okay. And
So
do most people that are using Smart today scan at their pressing at the stations?
most people know. And I
Right.
think
So
it is,
they keep cleaner supply. I
yeah,
mean, I think it's a good road for you to investigate.
yeah, I think so too.
Getting a separate printer, you know, people across the country not technically savvy. When it's a point of sale and it's generated right out of the point of sale, like, okay, special instructions are going to print right here. Even if it's a rush, you know, like, you know, there's just a lot of good information that we could
Yeah, and I think
streamline.
the important part here is that we still need it to be wet strength, right? Because we're expecting this to go through the laundry. So we can't just have it print out on a simple, piece of receipt
Right,
paper. That's
right.
not going to work. We do have some
Nope.
people that are in the chat saying some things, putting
Okay.
no crease on the drop ticket, but again, that's just on receipt paper. So guys, we're looking for a
But
more be able to go
no,
through the
no crease doesn't get to the presser. So then it gets to
exactly.
the assembly and it's like, oh, no crease, send it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. So if anyone
Okay.
has any other ideas or something that they've thought of in the world of automation, definitely raise your hand and let me and Marlene know.
Agreed. Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right, let's go on to Gina. Hang on, Gina. I think you have to unmute first.
There we go.
All right,
Hello,
perfect.
everyone. So, my question is there a way to have the damages that we are aware of upon drop off printed on the receipt? Because I know I've seen that special instructions like crease or no crease or light start or whatever gets printed on the receipt. But whenever I've selected a damage on the garment, it does not print. Is there a way to have it printed?
Yeah, we should be able to get that printed on that receipt. But so are you talking about initial? Let me back up. Are you talking about the set? So say something comes in a second time. Are you talking about you want that damage to stay on there permanently? So that way the next time it comes in, You have to re-put it on there or no?
Oh, no, just the one time.
Okay. Yeah. We should be able to get that on there.
So fair warning, Gina, smart right now, and we've been talking about this for years about the ability to like really customize your guys' invoices because right now there's not a lot of customization. So fair warning, we have about two different kinds of like receipts right now. One we call it short receipts, and that's where kind of everything's condensed. You know, if you have 3 black pairs of pants, it's just all on one line. It makes the invoice a lot shorter. But it hides certain things. And what that's doing for you right now is it's hiding your damages. So if we switch you to the longer version, I warn people, sometimes it's like a CVS receipt. Like if someone has 10 pairs of pants, it will say 1 pairs of pants. So it's kind of like pick your poison until we can get better customization for invoicing.
I get it. So I guess the best way to do it, if I detect a damage, just use cleaner supply black, like the ones that
That,
receive
but
in damaged condition, so that
I just thought of something.
Mhm.
You should be able to print an info tag, I want to say. So give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
So if you have an order, oh geez, of course, everything's deleted. That's a different one. Okay, we'll just go make an order. Bear with me. I'm Josh today. All right, so let's say I have an order here. And let's just say it's a pair of pants. And I go to put my damage on there, right? I can put a little description. So after I close the order, if you have that one item with damage, you should be able to open the item itself and then print an info tag. It's right down here, an info ticket. This comes right out of your thermal receipt printer, so it's not anything that you can really put through the wash. But at least it can be like attached to the invoice or something. So if I print the info ticket here, it gives me every single piece of information about that one item. So it's primarily used for like alterations, right? So you don't have to like keep writing out alteration flyers and stuff. So the circle with the X is for your hanger to put through. And then you have all the information about the customer, the order, and then here's all the damage and everything. So that might be useful.
Very useful. I didn't know about that.
Awesome.
And that's perfect. It
Great.
works. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right, before we get into Lot Manager, I just wanted to go over something regarding support, right? So whenever people are calling in, we're seeing people call multiple times because probably they got, hey, there's no agents available. I just want everybody to understand that we only have 7 agents, so they're not always available, right? So just please go through the whole prompt, and at the end, we've added to where it'll ask you if you want to do a callback or a voicemail. Now, if you do a callback, just press the callback button. It prompts on our screen, and it says, hey, this person needs a callback, like big bold, and then it tells them to call them. So just bear through it. And if you do call, we will call you back. There's no need to call multiple times. It doesn't move you up closer in the queue. It doesn't, there's nothing like that. So yeah. Thank you for your patience so forth though.
Our support deals with a lot here. But I think we have over 1,000 companies now with multiple stores, and Tyler is not exaggerating. We only have 7 support agents for our entire company. So give us some grace, and he's got us for backup too, but he's trying. All right, I'm gonna get into the lot manager. Tyler, make sure to stop me if anyone has a question in the middle of it. Feel free to ask any questions. So to get to your lot manager, we did this earlier, just reports, and then your lot manager is down here. So this is really the Bible to your business. If you have a clean lot manager, and we'll get into what that means, you will be smooth sailing. You will never have a late route order. You'll never have a customer coming in over the counter saying, "Why isn't my sweater ready?" Nothing if this is clean, okay? And that saves your people at the counter too, who do not deserve to be yelled at, because I did work at my dad's dry cleaners for about 15 years. So I know what that's like. Um, so basically, when you're in the lot manager, your present day is always going to be highlighted blue. You can see that right here. And if you see a previous day or a day in the past, that is not good. That means you have unfinished business with that day. Obviously, one day is usually pretty good. You come in the next morning, you want to check out the lot manager, see if you missed anything yesterday. Maybe you had to leave a little early for a doctor's appointment, whatever. I strongly recommend appointing this kind of job or duty to one of your production managers or a counter manager that's kind of always there at the end of production. Whoever this might be, someone that's always, there every day and on top of their stuff is who you want checking this. So you can filter everything as well. There is tabs at the top. Most smart customers have the same promise date and production due date. Some people's might be different though. So if you actually set in the system that your production due date is a day earlier than the actual promise date, you might want to toggle between these tabs to figure out what's actually due for today and what's not. But I usually just stay on this production due date because in my instance, my promise dates are the same as my production due dates. So there is a bunch of columns here, and you're going to laugh because I'm going to tell you the only columns that you need to be very concerned with are pieces to do, and if only you're a heat sealing company, orders to rack. If you are a paper tagging company, it is just pieces to do. Everything to the left of pieces to do is more or less like a breakdown of what is already in pieces to do. So, today there's 35 pieces left, but none of them are rush. 21 of them are at assembly. 2 of them are sent for pressing. They're probably press onlys. That's why I never even really look at these. So these, of course, are drillable too. So if I want to see, I'm going to go back to my farthest date here because I'm most concerned about this order because it's over a week now or about a week, and I got to figure out what's going on. So I go to my pieces to do column and I just click on that number 2. And it tells me exactly who it is, what it is. I can also click the box right here in the upper right in the middle, and it shows you the picture version. So whatever your eyes kind of like better. Now it looks like these are repairs. So that's probably why they're late. So I'm just going to click on to this random customer. And this is also why you want a clean lot manager, because now we have a couple things going on when I open this. His items are already past due. He actually has 2 items sitting on AR18. So for a week now, these items have just been going around the conveyor for a week. Just sitting there waiting for this sweater to finish it. So typically, if I were to get to this and maybe that repair is not back yet, and it had to go to the reweaver, it's very complicated. Okay, so I want to get these off of AR18 because I want to make sure the rest of my orders are ready. So all I have to do is extract it. I'm not going to do this. This is actually a real instance. Our beta testers in San Francisco, so I can't actually mess with any of this stuff. But what I would do is I would extract it. I would finish this. I would go grab them off AR18, bag them up, rack them, send them on their way. And then I can also split the order when that is done. What that will do is it will keep all of the ready items on one order, and it'll take that sweater and it'll put it on another order. Now, why would I want to do that? Mostly because I'm really afraid that this customer is going to come in and I don't need my CSRs getting yelled at when they're scrambling saying, where's the sweater? We don't have the sweater. The system won't let us pay for it. You're going to have to pay for the sweater too. And they're like, I'm not paying for the sweater. I'm not even picking it up. So I always split the order. So then that item that's not ready or items that aren't ready just go on their own order. And then to top, to put the cherry on the cake, change the due date. Just change it to a more realistic due date. People say, well, I don't know when it's going to come back. It's definitely didn't come back 8 days ago. So, let's change it to something much more realistic, a couple days from now, tomorrow, whatever makes sense, whatever information you found out. Okay. So once you clear those, it does take a couple minutes to fall off the lot manager, but it'll refresh in a couple minutes and they will disappear. You'll notice too, even though I've only dealt with these two, once I've dealt with these two, this whole row is going to erase. So it doesn't matter that I had 206 items or 31 orders, or, these are the two that are already in pieces to do in the alterations. So that's why I say I really don't even pay attention to that left side of the screen. I simply just pay attention to my pieces to do. Let me just hop into one more here. So we have all these, again, whatever visual you like better. I almost want to say when I first started on Smart, this was the only visual I got. So this is the one I got used to. But I can click on this customer. It'll open up their order. And I've got almost really the same thing. I just have a bunch of sweaters. This one needed a repair, but these sweaters have just been sitting on AR94 for almost a week. So I would extract those, split the order, and wait for that sweater to come back from the repair. Now, this is good because you're cleaning up your lot manager, but also when this customer comes in, there is no confusion whatsoever because your CSR sees an order with an alteration and they see a different due date. So even if they're wrong or like you never informed the customer it wasn't ready, at least the CSR can still confidently say, oh, it looks like it's due this Friday. They might not know the backstory, but at least they'll have something that doesn't sound like, oh crap, this was supposed to be due 7 days ago. So then when you go to pick up, when you go to pay, that alteration or those pieces that aren't done aren't going to interfere with the order that is done. Once your items are assembled, they'll go into that bagging status, and this is for heat sealing companies. So once they go into that bagging status, that is where your orders to rack will populate. So I usually had one of my like morning assemblers always check the orders to rack the next day. I even had her check the drop stores too. I mean, we were the plant, so she would go in there, open it up and see if we could locate it and get it racked, and then call the drop stores too, because that is concerning. If you have an order at the drop store that came off of assembly and it got bagged at the plant, but it never made it to the drop store. So you want to find those as quick as possible. So after it gets assembled, it'll go over orders to rack. Now, the only kind of difference here with paper tagging companies is that this might not be entirely accurate, and just for a very small reason. So let's take Sophia here for an example. Let's say this was a paper tagging company. Now, we're not actually scanning at assembly, so the computer doesn't know when each of these sweaters and comforter is done. So what they need to do is, sometimes they might just be manually assembled already. So right now it looks like Sophia does have 3 items left, but if I'm a paper tagging company and I walk up to her invoice at assembly, one of those sweaters might be there and be done. It's just because we're not using that automatic assembly. There's no way the computer would know that. So you can work around it. You can say, oh, I already have the beige sweater. Now I just need to look for these other 2 items. If that doesn't feel very good, if maybe you're very high volume and that just doesn't work, you can use a different report. It's usually up here in just your regular store report under KPI dashboards. So this is the name of their plant. And it's just the overdue order report right here. So if I click on that, now it'll show me, and I can probably, yep, there's Sophia right there. So Sophia actually has 13 outstanding items. But in our lot manager, the computer knows that really only 3 are outstanding. But this is kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say better for a paper tagging company, but everyone just has a different preference. So then you know exactly what orders are outstanding. And don't forget, you can change your due dates as well.
So, Gina, I've got 2 questions. First one is there a way to lock this top bar so I can see all my days, pieces to do, orders to rack, and my percentage if and when I have to scroll down further?
Not right now. So a lot of people do like storage and they're, putting out orders way far in advance. I kind of have my own trick with storage, which might be a, a Q&A for another day. But it does get tough. If you're scrolling, it's usually pretty bad. That means, I picked this lot manager because it's somewhat short, it's somewhat put together, but there is still clearly late items. If you go to your lot manager and you are scrolling and you see like 2022, we have a lot of cleaning up to do. And it's not impossible. Trust me, I've done it, but a lot of cleaning up to do. There is no way to lock that bar right now. I kind of just remember it's the second to last. But we do have a feature request in. I am a little embarrassed about how long that feature request has been in. So I have mentioned it like last week, I think too. So I really hope they're going to look at it because it's been an embarrassing amount of time.
Yeah, I think that's going to get done shortly because I'm pretty sure that was the response is why did this take so long? And then secondly, would you recommend that we use that already default report that you showed per store if I have multiple stores? Should I just use that if I do have to scroll? Should I just use that KPI?
I mean, honestly, it's going to be the same thing. I am a freak about the lot manager. I'm always going to come to the lot manager because I know if I don't see a date in this lot manager, that date is 100% complete. So that I feel very comfortable with. So that's why lot manager is my home. You can totally use the overdue order report. These are all of your reports and all of these are filtered as well. So, and I do believe lot manager is accessible by every single employee because that is the basis of what we do. We are managing your inventory every single day. So all of your employees can access this. There is I believe, a default setting that actually filters to the employee's store by default. So if you have someone in a different store, maybe paper tagging, that's responsible for assembling their own items, they can totally come into the lot manager and be able to search for their own store as well. Does anyone have any questions about the lot manager? I mean, again, like everything to the left of here, I mean, you can totally drill into and look. I just don't personally see any point. Pieces to do is where I want to be all the time. We can see this company uses the pressing stations here because we've got some items scanned as pressed, which is good to know. These are just orders from yesterday. Someone had some really lined, oversized pants they forgot to rack up. Yeah, it's just always about managing your inventory, keeping everything very clean. I'm very, very, very type A, so numbers don't lie to me. And if I come to the slot manager and it's 0, I am breathing a sigh of relief and telling everyone to have a nice night.
Okay, and then Zach, you asked, could we make that column highlighted, pieces to do column specifically? No, but I wonder if that's something that we can add into the already existing requests where we want to lock it, but we'll see what we can do about that. But no, as of right now.
And I hope everyone goes and checks their lot manager today or tomorrow. Don't get overwhelmed if it's really, really bad. Please put in a support ticket if it's really bad and you're like, oh my God, I actually don't know what's happening. Put in a support ticket will help you clear it. It will not be an automatic clear, though, I will say. It is manual work. It'll be teamwork.
All right, so I guess we'll just open the floor for any questions, any issues. Another thing, earlier, probably 2 weeks ago, we pushed out an email asking people to be beta testers for the app or for our new delivery app that's coming up. We have since kind of put that on a pause for taking more people on. So if you did reply to that, we will still open it up later on. You'll get another email later with instructions as to how to download and where to go from there. So anything with that, just we'll put a pause on it and fixing all the existing issues that we have found, and then once we feel it's stable again, we'll push that out to more people.
Hey, Gina, I just saw your question about the gift cards. I just asked you to unmute there.
Thank you.
Yes, to use our gift cards. I don't know if the instance I have right now is set up for it. But I do have a video on how to like purchase a gift card in the system and then redeem it in the system. So I can definitely send that to you, and we should probably post it in our learning center for everybody else as well. Um, Tyler, do you know about the costs of our gift cards? Because we do print them in-house. I can't remember.
Yeah, I want to say it's $1 for. I don't think it's per card, but yeah, we definitely have a price somewhere where you have to buy a minimum of X, and it costs. It's not a ton. I'm sure we could shoot a message to somebody and get that answer though, really quick.
I think I can do a gift card here, so we can just go through that process, because why not? Thank you. All right. So to sell a gift card, someone comes in and they want to purchase a gift card for someone, you just go to their account and create an order. Now, if this is for something like a fundraiser or a giveaway and you're actually giving away the gift card, you can just create an account called like gift card donation or something like that. And I would just do it under that account. And then you can give that account a 100% promotion so that it's just discounted. But we still have to, scan it and sell it, because that's how the gift card starts working and gets loaded with the money. So I would just go to that customer's account. I create an order. Again, this does not have to be the customer that is receiving the gift card. And when I create the order, I actually want to go to my retail tab. And you do need this set up. So if you don't have gift cards in your system right now, you're not going to see this. So don't worry. As it is just a price list item, though. It's very easy to add. So if I click add a gift card, all I would do here then is I would scan the barcode on the back of the gift card. It's not like a mag strip. It's going to be like an actual scannable barcode. We're going to hope nobody's ever used that number. And we can put $5 on it. So you just fill in the price, you scan that barcode. So when I hit create, just prints out a basic receipt. It looks just like a retail order if I was selling collar stays. Okay. So now, if I am a customer, let's go back. We don't have any more test accounts because SFGC actually cleaned up our stuff here. We'll make this done. All right, now let's say a customer comes in to pick up and they say, oh, I got a gift card. Lovely. When we're on the pay screen there, you'll see this little blue button. You probably see this sometimes right now, and you're probably just going, oh God, I'm just noticing this. Claim gift card. And you just scan that barcode again. Yes. Oh, available balance 0. Darn it. Oh, I didn't pay for it. Everything's fine. We'll pay for it. We'll do good. Okay, so now I'm actually trying to pay for my other card. Now that I paid for my gift card, I can use the $5 on it. So available balance, $5. You can click this button right here to just give you the maximum discount. So if someone's picking something up for only $10, but their gift card is $100, you can either choose to just redeem for that order, or you can put the whole balance on their account too, and they can just kind of toss the gift card and forget about it because it'll be a credit on their account. So let me see too, like let's just redeem 3 for giggles and kicks. Okay, so if I go to the payment section and I actually just want to put a gift card on someone's account, like let's say they're not picking something up, they genuinely just got the gift card and they're like, can you just load this to my account?
Okay.
Tyler just taught me something. I love smart. So this might not work because of my gift card barcode, but typically if you put in your gift card, if you scan a gift card in the search box, it'll pop up and show you exactly how much you started with and when you've used it. Smart is so random.
Nice.
So if I just want to put the extra money onto the account, I can do that through the payment tab, which is another thing you've probably seen. When I go to add a credit, there's actually another tab up here called redeem gift card. So again, I just scan my gift card and it's saying you only have $2 left. And I'm like, okay, I'll just put the $2 on the account. So I do have that in a video. I'll make sure I send it to you. And like I said, we'll definitely get it posted to our learning center because it's just a very simple step by step. And then we'll get you. Did we get pricing yet, Denise? Oh, I can't
I
see.
think I saw it on the chat.
Okay, wonderful.
Hmm.
Awesome. And if she didn't put the email in there to order them is heatseals@smartsystems.com. And that'll take us right to our hardware office.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
All right, looks like we've got right around 10 minutes left. Anybody have any other questions, any issues they want to bring up? Looks like in the chat we asked about that video again. Yes, we putting up final touches on it right now. I just saw another edit of it, and we'll figure out how to get it out to everybody, whoever wants it, after that. Yeah, but any other questions, issues that you've run into, cool things that you found that work, anything? All right, with that, we'll go ahead and put up the poll. Yeah, that's all we've got. Have a great day, and we'll see you next Tuesday.